What's up, fellow YouTubers? It's your boy, Mr. Great Thor's Rage. Just out on my little Sunday afternoon cruise, out around the neighborhood. Thought I'd turn on the camera for y'all. See what it's like. Cruising around my back roads. This back here is a little, they have a private airport, so a lot of these houses have their own planes. I think this guy's got the cool plane, yeah. I almost wonder if that plane is also a, one of those firefighter planes. I know it's a boat plane for sure. It can definitely land in the water. This is my little back loop I like to rip around on. Pretty easy on the traffic. A couple other fellow bike riders out. Not too many on this back road compared to if I ride out on the main road, 17. That's part of the Daytona Loop. And a lot of riders, they ride out 40 and they come up 17 and then they ride back 100, and that's that Daytona Loop. Takes about, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours probably, doing the whole loop. But they mostly stay on the main drag. They don't really jump off on these side roads very often, so I prefer to be back in here. There are definitely a few riders. This town is kind of tucked in to the armpit of the St. John's River, so there's really not too far where, not much else places to go once you're back in here, except for the places that are back in here, and there's no cut through over to the other side. There used to be a ferry, but apparently a hurricane came along and blew that building away, and they never replaced it. Probably wasn't doing too well anyways, but kind of weird. They left all the signs up like it's still active. I drove back there one day and it's just signs to nowhere, and I was a little disappointed with that. I kind of do wish it was still active, because otherwise you really do have to go all the way up and around, which is a little bit out of the way. It'd be a lot easier to get into Gainesville if that ferry was still active. But no worries. I really enjoy this loop. I do this loop quite regular. There's just not very many stop signs. You really just kind of cruising right along. Sometimes the locals probably are mad at me because I'm just doing 5 under or so. I'm not really. You know, they drive a little faster back here. But it's Sunday, and they should know that by now. It really is Harley country up here. I mean, you do see several different types of motorcycles. Obviously, I saw a group ride yesterday that had a bunch of DRs in it. I did see a couple of probably early 70s BMWs that drove by. Not too bad. Fairly decent mix. Puppy! Mr. Puppy! Wasn't quite sure how he was going to react. anyhow, a little update on the motorcycle. I finally was able to put the stainless steel brake lines I had purchased. It was a fairly simple job. I did go for a complete flush. I wanted, even though I had fairly decent brake fluid in the rear, my front was, it had a little sediment buildup, so I went for a full flush. That did take a little longer than I expected. I should have known was I should have pulled the bleeder screw off and inject it directly into the caliper. So it took me a little longer to pump it all out. I thought it was going to be pretty easy because these steel braided brake lines are a lot. Well, they seem a lot thinner, but maybe it's just all the rubber coating that they have around the older ones. But you know, those brake lines were almost 10 years old, so I think it was time to replace them anyways, and I felt like the steel braided would be a good little upgrade. Next, I'm probably going to do the caliper in the front. I already have a new one on the rear, but I am going to get a new caliper for the front. And also new disc rotors. I think they call them rotors. That'll be the next upgrade I do, maybe in a month or two. We'll see. And tires. It's about time for new tires, which is really not bad. I'm getting very close to about 7,000 miles on these Shinko 705s, I think. I really do like them. I think I will. I saw that 3D Cycle Parts has a 750 or something. They're a little bit more street biased. I think I'm going to get those. They got a pretty good deal on it as a combo with tires and tubes. I'm probably gonna go that route. I don't do as much dirt riding as I really thought I was going to, which is fine. Yeah, see? No waves from the Harleys, but the Polaris waves, or whatever they call those things. Half and half around here. It's just fine. I'm not really. I won't go on about it. I rant on about that in other videos. Over here we have a fishery, if you're noticing. I'm going to stop here at this park. Oh boy, I got a little bit of a queue. Yeah, it's 60. I still got to really get down on what the speed limits are around here. They really jump around a lot, and it's very hard to figure out. They jump 60, 40, 35... Anyhow, Florida Forest Service. This apparently said that this is an equestrian area, and I wanted to check it out. Oh. Horse area. see what we got here. No, grab one of these here. Be a trail trotter. I don't know what that is, but I'll look into it later. Alrighty. Oh, that's the one I wanted. Walika State Forest. Okay. I don't know how much further I should go, but... Trail, guess that's camping area. I feel like I could at least drive to the camping area. I'd like to see if they have, stalls. I think, okay, so that's a trail. Road closed to vehicles, alrighty. Get on my side of the road, make sure nothing comes over the hill. Okay, daily use parking, sites 1, 2, 3 through 11. Okay. Oh, there's a pony. Hello, Mr. Ed. Oh. Yeah, I messed that up. I missed the exit. Too late now. I gotta be real careful right now. Because I'm on a one-way. Hopefully a horse trailer does not come around. Okay, I think we're good. Alrighty, I squeezed in some off-roading today. Does this count? Does this count as off-roading? Little gravel trail. Oh, going for the pothole. Oh, snap. Okay, nice little park here. Not really sure what they got going on. Must be the ranger's house. Alrighty. Well, good. I'm glad I found that equestrian center. I had previously tried to look for it. And GPS had no idea where it was. It literally took me to this dirt road, and I mean dirt road, Florida dirt. And I was like, there's no way in heck I'm going down that road without knowing where it goes. So I ended up just cruising around. But yesterday I was coming out here, and I was a passenger in the vehicle. And I noticed that it said Equestrian Center. So, glad I was able to find that. And this is also where they have a fishery. Where they stock a lot of the lakes and stuff around here. Let's see. Walika National Fish Hatchery. Some of these, they fill them up with water. I don't see one right now, but usually they're full and they breed them out. Anyways, we're coming into the little town, Wellica. It's called Wellica. I keep calling it Weelica. You know, grammar. But I was quickly corrected by a local. It is Wellica. It's Wellica, and let's just say that's how they know you're not from around here, real quick. Pickleball. What the heck is pickleball? Alright, well, hey, put it down in the comments below if you know what pickleball is. Because I do not. There we go. That was a nice tour. He went with the full wave. Y'all saw that? That was fun. I like motorcycle riders who are out to have a good time. They don't take themselves so seriously. Sometimes it's just like, come on, old man, you're not patched up. You're not running drugs anymore. It's not the 70s. You're just you're just a motorcycle enthusiast who's out on a Sunday. Now, don't get me wrong, I go half and half with my waving. But little tiny back roads like this, I will definitely wave. If I'm out on the highway and I'm doing more than 60, 50, you know, chances are I'm really trying to pay attention to riding. Or if I'm in town with heavy stoplight traffic, I'm not waving. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Every time I prefer to stay focused on the task at hand, especially when there are lots of chances for mistakes to be made. But on tiny back roads like this, when I'm just cruising along, I love a good wave. This is also something I have to get used to. I have to get used to rolling hills. I have lived on flat ground my whole life. I'll tell you a funny story. The first time I rode this road, it was fairly early on a Sunday, and I'm just, cruising along. I was probably going tad bit faster than I thought, just having a little fun. And so I'm cruising along just like this. There's one of these hills, and I'm like, woo, gotta get over the hill. I come over the hill, and there's a tractor doing 5 miles an hour. And I must have been I wasn't doing crazy speeds, but let's just say evasive maneuvers had to be employed. Nothing crazy, but just as an unexpected, you think you're just cruising along. You do not expect to see a tractor doing 5-10 miles an hour. Some very interesting buildings back here. I really want to get on some of these dirt roads. They're public roads, they're just dirt, and I'm just not used to it. I gotta find which ones are good. I prefer gravel, and I also just want... My thing is, like I was saying earlier, I'm not going down a dirt road that I don't know where it goes, because going straight on a dirt road is not too bad, but if I had to make a U-turn, oh boy, things could get spicy real quick. Turn into a workout that I wasn't quite ready for. I love these corners out here, but I also, referencing my previous story, I just don't know what's around them. So I've been kind of taking it easy, but, once I see my exit path is good, then I can crank it up a little bit. It's really funny, I lived 15 minutes from the ocean, and I see more water now on a daily basis. I mean, I guess you could say, oh, you see water all the time in South Florida, but those are just canals. You're literally driving by them so fast. You're not really enjoying that. But here, there's just lakes, and there's just lots of lakes everywhere. And a lot of people have ponds. That one doesn't look like it's doing so well. Whee! Grandma didn't look too happy with me.